I'm Joan Newcomb, and today's Mystic Minute is love and appreciation. This is a huge topic. I mean, the first thing is, what is love? We have so many experiences of love. There's, you love your puppy. You love your favorite book. I love a nice piece of chocolate. There's loving your family, loving your children. And then there's, romantic love. We get all confused with romantic love and crushes. I think that a crush is the real thing, and it's a big upswelling of feelings. And the media also gives us such an onslaught of usually representations of a more superficial kind of love. And then there's, love that's in a partnership. And I think a lot of us don't give enough time for that to show up or that to develop. We come right into it with huge expectations that it's something like the romantic love that is bigger. And it kind of is. And I think in all of this is we're also missing because all of that is either us going outwards or us having something come inwards. We're missing the alignment of greater love as consciousness and the experience of greater love as consciousness. So I'm going to get to that in a moment, maybe, because then there's expressions of love, and it's how we let other people know that we love them. We tend to express our love with things. We give chocolate. We give money. We give flowers. We do actions. We give cards that have nice words on them. And each of us receive love in a different way. So a gesture might really mean something a lot to a person whose love language is gestures. Gifts would mean a lot to somebody whose love language is receiving gifts. For someone whose love language is touch, if you give them a gift but you don't give them a hug, they're not going to feel very loved. So the bigger thing that is missing in all of this is the inner experience of love, the inner feeling of love, the centered feeling of love. We're still looking outward for that thing we do not have, the thing that something outside has to give us. I've had some major experiences with love. So my first experience really of this innate love was when I gave birth to my first child and I looked into his eyes. There was this opening of love that I had never experienced before. It was really, consciousness seeing consciousness. My next experience with that was from a complete opposite. It was getting out of a dysfunctional relationship, and in stepping out of that, stepped me into this immense experience of love, which was enveloped. I was enveloped in love. I was in love with God, in love with life, and in love with myself, and in that order. And that was the language I used at that time. And that feeling of immense, encompassing love went on for a really long time. I had an experience at a workshop that we did an experiment to just walk in the woods, and I heard this song in my head that I had associated with a relationship that had just broken up. So it's really painful, but I let myself sing it anyway. And in that song, I fell into immense love. And I was a little afraid of losing myself. But in doing that, I was actually more myself in the midst of all. The thing that I find now, when I allow myself to be aligned and centered as consciousness in my body, and I become aware of myself as consciousness in my body and of my life, there's an immense feeling of loving myself and loving my creations from the perspective as consciousness, as the creator of my reality. And then I am able to love and appreciate all the people that I've created in my reality as well. I think that this is really what we're all looking for. We're not really looking for something outside ourselves. We're all looking for ourselves. We're looking for that greater connection with the essence of who we are. And we have given it other names, because when you're seeking only the love of God, there's still kind of an outsideness to it. It's a something other than ourselves that can provide us, and it also implies that we don't have it within. Truth is, you are consciousness, which means you are love, and it's in you. It's been in there all the time. So think of the greatest gift you can give yourself is you, your presence. And if you like these videos, you can subscribe on YouTube. You can also sign up below to get them in your inbox. If you want to know more, my website is joan-newcomb.com. I do a weekly radio show and podcast. I do a weekly blog and newsletter. I do these videos once a week. I do meetups in the Puget Sound in Seattle, Tacoma, Bellevue, and University Place. And if you want to know more about how to be as consciousness, how to navigate your life as consciousness, how to have this greater experience in your life and in your form, go to joan-newcomb.com and look at my coaching programs. So go to joan-newcomb.com, and I'll see you in another couple days with another Mystic Minute.